Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something right now. Stop crying over him. Wipe them tears off your face. He walked away? Good. Let him go. Stop standing at the door he closed, begging him to come back. That man made his choice. So now it's time for you to make yours. Are you going to sit around broken and bitter, or are you going to rise up and show him what he lost? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real plain today. Stop giving energy to somebody who already made the decision to walk away from you. Stop wasting your good heart, your good time, your powerful spirit on somebody who showed you they don't value it. See, when a person walks out of your life, that's not your cue to chase them. That's your signal from God, from the universe, from life itself, saying it's time to shift your focus back to you. But too many times, we get stuck. We get trapped in this cycle where we keep replaying everything in our head. What we could have said, what we could have done, how we could have made them stay. But let me tell you the truth right now. If somebody can leave you, they are not meant to stay. And every second you spend trying to figure out why they left is a second you're stealing from your own future. You're sitting there, heartbroken, drained, feeling like you ain't enough. But the fact is, it's not about you not being enough. It's about them not being capable of seeing what they had. You don't beg someone to recognize your worth. That's like trying to sell gold to somebody who's only ever seen rust. If they can't see the value in you, that's their blindness, not your brokenness. And I know it hurts. I know it feels like your whole world just flipped upside down. But that pain you're feeling right now, that's your power trying to break through. That's your real self saying, wake up. I got bigger plans for you than sitting here crying over somebody who already let go. Let me tell y'all something from experience. Every time I held on to somebody who wanted to leave, I ended up losing more of myself. My peace, my sleep, my self-esteem, gone. All because I was too busy trying to hold together something that was already broken. And some of you out there right now, you're doing the same thing. You're texting, calling, checking their social media, watching their every move, trying to find a sign that they miss you. But every ounce of energy you pour into that is energy you could be using to rebuild you, to restore your mind, to work on your dreams, to love on yourself like you expected them to love you. See, when somebody exits your life, they're not taking your worth with them. They're not carrying your purpose in their back pocket. No, that's still inside you, but you can't access it if you keep handing your energy over to somebody who left. Energy is powerful, y'all. What you give energy to grows. If you keep feeding your pain, it grows. But if you decide today, right now, that you're going to feed your healing, your peace, your growth, that's what's going to grow. And that's how you win. That's how you turn this heartbreak into the greatest comeback story of your life. Because the truth is, they walked away, but you're still standing. You still got breath in your body. You still got dreams to chase, blessings to receive, people out there who will love you right. But you won't see it until you stop staring at the closed door. You won't feel it until you take your energy back and pour it into the one person who will never leave you, you. Stop giving your energy away to people who didn't appreciate it. Pull it back. Invest it in your healing. Invest it in your growth. And when you do that, not only will you rise, but you'll shine so bright that even the person who walked away will feel that light and know they lost something powerful when they lost you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get this clear to you today. Your self-worth is not defined by somebody else's choice. I don't care if they left you. I don't care if they said you weren't enough. I don't care if they chose somebody else over you. That does not and will never change who you are. Too many of y'all out here letting broken people tell you your value. Too many of you are looking in the mirror and seeing yourself through the eyes of somebody who couldn't even love themselves, let alone love you right. And I'm here to tell you, you got to stop giving that much power to another human being. Your worth was established the day you were born, and no man, no woman, no relationship has the authority to rewrite that. See, what happens is we get caught up thinking that love is proof of our value, that if they pick us, it means we matter, that if they stay, it means we're worthy. But if they leave, if they cheat, if they lie, suddenly we start believing that we're less. And that right there is the lie that's breaking hearts every day. Because their decision is a reflection of them, not you. If someone couldn't see your loyalty, your love, your effort, that's their blindness, not your failure. Just because someone is foolish enough to walk away from gold doesn't make the gold any less valuable. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When somebody rejects you, it's painful, no doubt. But rejection is not a mirror, it's a window. It's a window that shows you who they really are. And instead of standing there staring at your own reflection and thinking you're less, you got to look through that window and say, thank you for showing me your character before I wasted more of mine on you. Stop letting people's bad decisions make you question your identity. Stop letting temporary people leave permanent damage on your heart. They made a choice, yes, but you get to make one too. You get to choose whether you let that choice define your future or whether you rise above it. I've been there. I know what it feels like to sit in that dark room wondering what's wrong with me. I've asked those questions. Why wasn't I enough? What did I do wrong? Why did they leave? And every time I asked those questions, I felt smaller until I realized the problem wasn't me asking the questions. The problem was me believing the answers that my broken heart was feeding me. Answers like, you're not lovable, you're too much, you're not worthy. But those are lies. Your worth is unshakable, unchangeable, and untouchable. It doesn't rise when they stay, and it doesn't fall when they leave. It's constant. It's fixed. You were valuable before they came, and you're valuable now that they're gone. So hear me loud and clear today. If somebody couldn't see your light, that's because they were blind, not because your light wasn't shining. If they couldn't love you right, that's because they didn't know how, not because you weren't lovable. Don't carry their lack as your identity. Don't shrink yourself because someone else has small vision. You keep standing tall. You keep shining bright. You keep loving yourself the way you deserve to be loved all along. Because when you finally understand that your worth isn't up for debate, that it doesn't go on sale, that it doesn't decrease because somebody didn't recognize it, that's when you win. That's when you take your power back. And that's when you start living the life you deserve. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something today. It's time to level up. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. And when I say level up, I'm not just talking about getting your hair done or buying new clothes. I'm talking about leveling up in every area of your life. Emotionally, physically, spiritually. Because when somebody walks away from you, that's not your cue to break down. That's your cue to break through. That's your signal that it's time to rise higher than you've ever been before. But you can't do that sitting in the same place, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same pain every single day. You got to make a decision that you're going to take this pain and turn it into power. You got to say to yourself, I'm going to come out of this better, stronger, wiser. Emotionally, you got to get yourself together. Stop letting your feelings run the show. Stop letting your emotions keep you trapped in circles of heartbreak. Feelings are real, but they're not facts. Just because you feel broken doesn't mean you are broken. Just because you feel like you can't live without them doesn't mean you can't. That's just your emotions talking. And it's time for you to take control back. Start feeding your mind positive things. Read books that build you up. Listen to people who pour strength into you, not people who keep you stuck in your sadness. Stop replaying old conversations and start writing new chapters in your life. Emotional leveling up means you get to a place where your peace is no longer dependent on somebody else's presence. It means you learn how to comfort yourself, how to validate yourself, how to stand tall even when you feel low. Physically, you gotta take care of this body you're in. Stop letting heartbreak drain the life out of you. Get up and move. Go for that walk. Go hit that gym. Not because you're trying to get revenge, but because your body deserves to be treated like it matters. Because when you move, you release stress. When you sweat, you heal. When you build your physical strength, you're also building your mental strength. Look in the mirror and remind yourself that you are still here, still alive, still capable. Feed your body with foods that give you energy, not ones that weigh you down. Rest when you need it, but don't let yourself rot in that bed for days. You are not built to waste away. You are built to rise up. And taking care of your body is one of the most powerful ways to show yourself that you matter, with or without anybody else's love. And spiritually, let me tell you, spiritually, this is where the real transformation happens. You got to reconnect with the source of your strength, whether you call it God, the universe, your higher power. You got to tap back into that. Because when people leave, when life hurts, that's when you realize people are temporary. But your spirit, your soul, your connection to something greater, that's permanent. Spend time in prayer, in meditation, in silence. Ask for guidance. Ask for healing. And then listen. You'll find out that the power to rise has been inside you all along. You are not alone in this fight. There is a bigger plan, a higher purpose, and leveling up spiritually means you start walking like you know that. It means you trust that this heartbreak isn't the end of your story. It's just a plot twist, and plot twists make the best comebacks. So today, I'm challenging you to level up, not just in one area, but in all areas. Emotionally, get strong. Physically, get active. Spiritually, get connected. When you do that, you're not just surviving heartbreak. you're transforming. You're becoming the version of you that no heartbreak can ever destroy. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to hear me today. Success and confidence, that's the best revenge you will ever get. Not anger, not tears, not trying to make them jealous. No, the real payback, the real clapback is when you step into your greatness and shine so bright that they can't help but feel the heat. See, too many people waste their time plotting on how to get back at somebody who did them wrong. You're sitting there thinking, I'm going to show him, I'm going to make him miss me. I'm going to make him hurt the way he hurt me. But let me tell you, revenge that's built on pain will only drain you. Real revenge is not about focusing on them. It's about focusing on you. It's about building such a powerful, successful, confident life that they become a distant memory in the rearview mirror while you're speeding down the highway of success. Do you want him to regret losing you? Don't lower yourself by playing games. Don't waste your energy stalking his page, trying to make him jealous with somebody else. That's small energy. You're bigger than that. The way you make him regret is by leveling up so high that even he can't reach the new version of you. You go out there and you succeed in everything he thought you couldn't do. You build that business, you get that degree, you buy that home, you take those trips, you glow up in ways that make him realize he didn't just lose a person, he lost a whole empire. Because when you succeed, you remind him of the greatness he walked away from. And that kind of regret, oh, it cuts deeper than anything else. And let's talk about confidence, because confidence is your crown. Confidence is the thing that makes people look twice. Not because you're screaming for attention, but because you walk in a room and your energy says, I know who I am, and I don't need your approval. That's powerful. That's magnetic. When you start building your confidence from the inside out, you start attracting new opportunities, new people, new blessings. And at the same time, you start making old people realize what they lost. Not because you're trying to prove anything, but because your glow becomes so undeniable, it speaks for itself. Confidence makes your silence louder than your words. Confidence makes your peace louder than your pain. And when you've got that, trust me, the people who doubted you, who left you, who betrayed you, they start to feel the weight of their own bad choices. But you got to understand something. Success and confidence, they're not overnight things. They take work. They take discipline. They take waking up every day and choosing to invest in yourself, even when it still hurts, even when the tears still come. They take turning your pain into fuel, turning your heartbreak into hunger. You got to decide that you're not going to sit in your sadness anymore. You're going to rise. You're going to grind. And you're going to make your life so good that even your past regrets not holding on to you. You got to get so focused on your goals that you don't even have time to look back and wonder what they're doing, because you're too busy doing better. See, the best revenge is not making him cry. It's making yourself proud. It's looking in the mirror and seeing a version of you that's stronger, bolder, and more beautiful than ever before. It's standing tall, knowing that no one can take away your shine. That's the revenge that lasts. That's the revenge that heals you while it humbles them. Because success is sweet, but success that comes after heartbreak, that's legendary. Confidence is powerful, but confidence that's rebuilt after betrayal, that's unbreakable. So I'm telling you right now, stop focusing on who left and start focusing on who you're becoming. Build your success, build your confidence, and let that be the only revenge you ever need. Because nothing hurts more than watching someone you thought was broken rise up and win. Ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to make him regret losing you, don't waste your time crying. Don't waste your time arguing, and don't waste your time trying to prove your worth to somebody who already walked away. No, you make him regret it by living your best life. You make him regret it by showing up every day as the best version of you. Because nothing cuts deeper than watching somebody you thought you could break rise up and glow like never before. Nothing stings more than seeing the person you walked away from now living so good that you no longer qualify to be in their world. See, regret doesn't come when you beg them to come back. Regret doesn't come when you post sad quotes and wait for them to notice. Regret comes when you stop looking back and start moving forward. So strong that they can't help but feel that empty space where you used to be. You want him to feel the loss? Stop shrinking. Stop dimming your light. Start shining so bright that even from a distance, he sees it and knows. He gave up something powerful. That's how you make him regret. Not with words, not with tears, but with your transformation. You got to start living like your future depends on it, because it does. You got to wake up every day and choose joy even when it's hard. Choose peace even when the pain is loud. Choose progress even when you feel stuck. Because every step you take forward is a reminder that you are bigger than the heartbreak, stronger than the rejection, and better than the betrayal. And let me tell you something, when you start living like that, people notice. They see the change. They feel the shift. And the one who let you go, oh, they start feeling that regret in their chest because they realize they lost someone who didn't just survive, you thrive. Living your best life means you stop waiting for somebody else to make you happy. You stop waiting for closure, for apologies, for explanations. You give yourself the permission to be happy right now without any of that. It means you start doing the things you always wanted to do but kept putting off. It means you start saying yes to new opportunities and no to anything that drains your spirit. It means you travel, you grow, you meet new people, you laugh again, not to prove a point, but because you deserve that kind of joy. And while you're out there living, while you're building, while you're healing, guess what? That's when regret starts creeping in for him. That's when he starts remembering all the love you gave, all the support you offered, all the loyalty you showed, and now he sees it shining elsewhere, in places where he no longer belongs. That's when he realizes that he didn't just lose a person, he lost a blessing. But by then, you're so far ahead, so full of life, that his regret can't touch you no more. So if you really want to win, if you really want to turn this pain into power, you live your best life so loud that it silences every doubt, every insult, every lie they ever told about you. You live so well that your success becomes your answer, your happiness becomes your statement, and your glow becomes your revenge. You focus on you so hard that eventually the only thing he can do is sit back and regret ever letting you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real today. True healing is moving on, not looking back. You can't heal if you keep reopening the wound. You can't move forward if your eyes are stuck in the rearview mirror. And yet, so many people stay trapped because they keep glancing back, checking to see if he's watching, if he's regretting, if he's missing them. Let me make it plain. You will never get to your next blessing if you're still babysitting your past pain. You got to make up your mind that you're done looking back. that you're done waiting for closure, for explanations, for apologies that may never come. Because healing isn't about what they do. It's about what you decide. See, healing is a choice. It's waking up and saying, I'm not going to let this break me anymore. It's refusing to let yesterday's disappointment steal today's peace. It's cutting the cord that keeps dragging you back into sadness, into anger, into shame. And I know it's hard. I'm not here to tell you it's easy. I'm here to tell you it's necessary, because the more you look back, the more you feed the pain. The more you replay the betrayal, the more you bleed. But the moment you say, I'm done, the moment you decide to face forward, that's when the real healing starts. That's when you reclaim your power, your joy, your future. Let me tell you something. Moving on doesn't mean you forget. It doesn't mean you pretend it didn't hurt. Moving on means you remember, but you refuse to stay stuck there. It means you take the lesson, but you leave the pain behind. It means you acknowledge the loss, but you refuse to lose yourself in the process. Because too many of y'all are out here surviving the breakup, but still dying inside every day because you won't let go. And I'm telling you, the only way to truly win is to move on so completely that even you can't believe how far you've come. When you stop looking back, you make space for new things to come into your life. New love, new opportunities, new blessings that have been waiting on you to turn around and face forward. But they can't reach you if your hands are still holding on to the past. Healing is an inside job. It starts with forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for staying too long, for trusting too much, for breaking your own heart while trying to fix someone else's. And once you do that, once you release yourself from that guilt, you start to walk lighter, stand taller, smile wider. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, but what if he comes back? What if he apologizes? Let me tell you, healing means you get to a place where whether he comes back or not, it doesn't shake you. Whether he says sorry or stays silent, you're still good, because your peace is no longer attached to his actions. Your happiness is no longer on hold waiting for his regret. You've moved on and you've moved up. That's true healing. And let me be clear, moving on doesn't mean you don't feel the pain sometimes. It doesn't mean the memories don't pop up. It means when they do, you don't let them pull you back. You feel it, you acknowledge it, and then you keep stepping forward, one foot in front of the other, day by day, breath by breath, until one day you look around and realize, I'm not in that dark place anymore. I'm free. That's the kind of healing that lasts. That's the kind of healing that turns heartbreak into strength, pain into purpose, and endings into new beginnings.